Hello. I start this live stream at 5:30 p.m. So I think I'm not gonna be here for long. But what I wanted to share today is about how sometimes you have gone so far from your true state and eventually stray away from this knowing that you are with support to eventually understanding that I have this thing happen to me not so good way, and then I have this happen to me not so good way, and you have it too many times you understand maybe don't I can't have that. And then you, because you have a built-in experience, you have an experience to build in a narrative about your experience instead of who you are. So you base your belief on your experience, and eventually you understand yourself like, I'm unlucky. I'm born unlucky. And I'm like, no, you can't be like that. That is not true, because everyone here are with support. Like, you are here supported by nature, whatever that nature is. But sometimes things doesn't go as planned and they are twisted, and you have that experience that is not so good, that telling you this is not the way that you want to go, so look for another way. But instead, because you have learned from your experience, and you have decided that you are unlucky, you eventually just doesn't try any better, which is like the first sign of you going to stuck in suffering, because you doesn't know that you deserve anything other than not lucky. This is like something I have in mind lately, because I am integrating myself back to that powerful self, that really lucky self, that really like I'm into manifesting whatever I want, and I can get what I want, and I'm really sure of it. And I'm like, okay, I have been learning how to suffer just like you guys. And then I get to notice myself, oh, this is how you suffer. This is why people can't get out, because everyone has the belief that I can't do better. But eventually you do. You do. It's just that because the experience of your reality stem from your belief, and you believe that you cannot go for anything better, you never reach that point, and you just striking for the mid, the so-so, the okay, the not so bad, the it's not that terrible. Well, at least I'm not having that worst. I know someone who has it worst. It's not the greatest, the exact, the true form of reality of experience of moment that you want to have, and you just settle for something less than. And I get to realize, okay, we need to strive higher, because the place that I want to be are not this. This is not the final destination that I want to go for. And I have so many other things that I want to achieve in the future. And having this belief to be like, okay, maybe this is it, is not going to do well for my future, because my future asks me to do the impossible thing. And I need to be aware that I am ready for it. That's why, like, I have this thought. We have settled for so less than that we never actually really go for it. For example, I have this experience too many times. So I never really someone who confidently asking for the person I want to go with. So, okay, I like this person and all that stuff, but then I start to weigh all the positive and negative, and I get to see like what is their preference and all that stuff, and then just like I don't see how I'm going to go well with this person, and then I just go for the less than them. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Like, why can't I just go for it? You have the true impulse to actually just go for it. But because you have weighed it down to all these other places, you'll be like, I don't think I'm good enough for this person. I don't think this person going to like me back. So what? You are having the true feeling. So when you act on your true feeling, what would what would the worst thing happen to you and that person? So actually nothing, because the time you see them and you just give them the option, you're not necessarily like cutting yourself out of the experience. That is the first thing. Like if you have something that you thought and then you decided not to go for it, is it because you feel less than, you don't have the confidence, you don't have the capacity? Then work on that, not losing the option, not losing the opportunity, not losing the chance. And I'm like, exactly. So now that we have found that, I'm like, just stay. Do not run away. Don't go back. Don't go like moving with what you have. Just stay there. Just see it. If there is such a time, the timing itself, if it fits, you will go for it. Either you see there an opportunity for you or not. And I know that people, especially guys these days, have tried this, but when they do try it, it's always like the timing doesn't make sense, and you doesn't necessarily let the other person to be on board with you, and that's why it mostly fail. But they did try anyway. If the person who they go for are not reciprocate whatever this person is giving, then that's it. There's nothing wrong with it. You just shoot your shot. And now that I see it, I'm like, okay, there's nothing to be ashamed of. If you understand what I mean. But that's one of the case why you have built so much helplessness. You have learned so much helplessness that you think you are unlucky. That's basically the same thing. It's also like when you are doing business and you understand like you cannot go for that price because you have learned from your other colleague, other coworker, other people in the business saying that you cannot go for that price, nobody's gonna buy it. But then someone did out there having the gut to actually just set out the price, whatever they want to, and people bought it. And I'm like, yep, that's the place that I want to be. I understand that there are some proving that you need to have in order to go for the things that you want. But what I want to say is that you have the impulse, your inner impulse from your system, from your emotion, from your heart, that this is it. You have that. But because you have learned helplessness, because you have learned reality, just like not really real, but people talk about like it's like universal truth, which is not. Everyone can create their own reality. And because they have that instead of their own impulse, they tend to cock block their own way. So look into your own life. What do you see? Do you think like you have been accepting less than something? Because that is a big clue that you have been stuck in your suffering and you're not evolving, you're not growing, you're not expanding, you're not experiencing something out of your now, which is maybe better, maybe different. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you have the impulse intrinsically, that is your truth. And you need to act on it positively. I understand that you have acted on it negatively. Now, how can you act on it positively? So I want to leave you with that today, and let me know in the comment, what do you think? How is your life going on with that idea, that narrative, that concept? And just let me know. I'm here when you have any question, when you need any guidance. If you want to talk any other topic that I haven't talked about, I'm open to it. So yeah, comment section is open for anything that you are thinking I can go for. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.